Well, welcome. First of all, I love the energy in the room, man. Walk in here and I think everybody knows we're going to talk about some exciting stuff today. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us online. Welcome. We've been talking about a few projects in this community for a while now. One of those is the River Greenway. For probably 20 years now, the River Greenway has been a topic, and Phase 3 has been a topic in recent years. And also, in the last few years, Jacobson Plaza, and what Jacobson Plaza is going to mean to our downtown. Before I was mayor, as a lot of you know, I ran a company that we did a lot of big websites. We did a lot of complicated website builds. And we'd always tell our clients, who sometimes could be challenging, to pick from the good, fast, and cheap triangle. And we all know, you can good, fast, and cheap, you can pick two. If you want it good and fast, it won't be cheap. And if you want it cheap and fast, it's not going to be good. And we've had a little bit of those conversations in the last few years with some of these projects, because we want to make sure that we have the money, the finances, the support to do Phase 3 of the River Greenway, to do Jacobson Plaza correctly. And it's no surprise to anyone in this room, with what the economic headwinds have been, it's been challenging to get projects done, to get them bid properly, to find the resources to do them. And so we've had to rely heavily, not just on taxpayer dollars, but on the private sector to say, hey, is this important to you? And is this something that you want to be a part of? And we're very lucky to have a philanthropic community that continues to step up and support projects like this. So we're going to talk about a few key announcements today, and I would say new developments in both Jacobson Plaza and the River Greenway that are exciting. And we finally are going to be able to go to bid and get these projects moved forward thanks to the financial support and gifts that you're going to hear about today. So it's an exciting day in Sioux Falls. To get into the details of that, we're going to start with some things happening at Jacobson Plaza, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Don Kearney with Parks and Recreation. So Don, come on up.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, today we're thrilled to announce that Gary and Diane Jacobson have brought new partners to complete all the major park components for Jacobson Plaza at Falls Park. We have a master plan for the park, and all the major components that we identified in that master plan are now going to be realized as part of the major donors that have been brought on, in addition to Gary and Diane's investment. When Gary and Diane came to us with their ideas, we knew this was going to be a one-of-a-kind regional experience that would set Sioux Falls apart. Recently, the Jacobson family welcomed new philanthropic partners to help complete an estimated $16.5 million project. As part of that, the Lloyd family will be gifting up to $1 million for the construction of a dog park at Jacobson Plaza, and with council approval, will be named Pausable Park. And T. Denny Sanford will also gift up to $1.5 million to construct a modern splash pad at the plaza, and it will be called the T. Denny Sanford Splash Pad at Jacobson Plaza. This is on top of the multi-million-dollar gift the Jacobson family has already put forward. Today, really, from our Parks and Rec Department standpoint, is really a historic day. We believe Jacobson Plaza is the largest private funding investment that Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation has ever received. And so that's a great tribute to the donors we have in this room, and to Mr. Sanford as well. So it's a great thing for us, and it just never ceases to amaze me the amount of philanthropic interest there is in this community, and if there's a need, somebody always seems to step forward. So that's just great for us as a department. From the beginning, this has been a 50-50 public-private partnership between the city and the Jacobson family, and it's important that we as a city step up to continue to be good partners and really think about these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that they present. It's why we'll be asking the City Council to approve an additional $3 million to help fund Jacobson Plaza. And then as a result of that request, we'll be bringing forward that request on next Tuesday, June 13th. By being able to build out this master plan essentially all at once, it will really minimize the future disruption of this area and get the project constructed while both the Steel District and Phase 3 of the River Greenway are also under construction. Jacobson Plaza will still include the refrigerated ice ribbon, an inclusive playground for all abilities, a gathering hall with seating and food, a warming house, and now thanks to the Lloyd family and Mr. Sanford, it'll also include the dog park and the splash pad. We're thankful for the generosity of the Jacobson family, TD&E Sanford, and the Lloyd family who will help bring this project to life. As you probably imagine, it's going to be a very family-friendly facility that will really activate the downtown year-round. And it's something that our downtown planning has longed for a while, is to really activate the downtown, not just in the summer or the spring and the fall, but throughout the winter as well. We hope the region and even the rest of the community will take notice and want to be part of Jacobson Plaza. We want to thank the Jacobson family for their partnership. Gary, you've been great to work with, and I can't imagine a better partner. And so with that, I'd like to invite the mayor back to the podium.
So first off, I want to recognize some of those folks who are here. Gary is here in the front row, and son-in-law, Chris Howman. Gary's spending all your inheritance, so I love it. So first off, thank you to you guys for your continued vision and dedication to this project. To the Lloyd family who is here. It seems like whenever there's something that has to do with downtown, philanthropically, development-wise, your fingerprints are on it, and that's really cool. So thank you. I would love it if you'd give them a round of applause before we move forward. Couple key things there that kind of go off script, Vanessa, a little bit. Okay, is that all right? She got a script for me here, but I'm not one for following scripts. We actually brought in some consultants about 6-8 months ago that run the park, Bryant Park in New York City. So if you've been to New York City, you know Bryant Park. It's a year-round activated park, and we brought them in because we wanted them to look at Jacobson Plaza and say, what are we missing? We want to do this right. You have it. You've done it right in New York City. In two things. One, they were absolutely blown away with the plan and the vision. And second, they had very few changes to what's being proposed here in terms of activation, year-round activation. Because if you think about what's being done here, we now have winter activities with the refrigerated ice ribbon. We have summer activities with the splash pad and the handicap accessible park. We have a year-round dog park that's going to get used. So this will be a year-round activated space. And quite honestly, at $16.5 million, will be a jewel park for this community. So just really excited about this. The cost, as I mentioned, it climbed over the last 2 years because we've been talking about Jacobson Plaza. Gary said to me, he's like, I just need to get this done while I'm still here. And he said, but well, you're still mayor, Paul. We got to get this done. And we've been trying. And the costs have increased. And that's not a shock to anyone. So what we've had to do is reach out to other people, say, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to be a part of this grand vision? And like Sioux Falls does, people step up and they say, I want to be a part of it. So thank you to Denny, the Lloyd family, and Gary for your continued support there. So, the other project, though, that is about I always say a 9-iron away, depends on how you hit your 9-iron, but not far away, is the Steel District and Phase 3 of the River Greenway. We've been making a lot of investments in this area of our downtown in recent years. Most recently, critical investment that we're making in the 6th Street Bridge to connect Sharapa and the Steel District. That's going to be a very critical corridor for all the traffic that's going to be there. And it's vital that we continue to be good partners and maintain our funding commitments. And one family who's always done that is the Lloyd family. So they've left their fingerprints all over downtown, and you can see some cranes in the horizon as I look out this window, and across the street from there, the Cascades. They are making a very significant investment as a company in the Steel District, And as you know, the Steel District is going to live right along our river. We just had numbers come out this week, and you saw it, that we are a leader in the state for tourism. We're not chasing the Black Hills anymore. We're neck and neck with people. Don't just pass through here to go to Mount Rushmore, they're staying here. And there's several things people comment on a lot, but one of the things they talk about is our River Greenway and the bike trail along the river and that experience downtown. And so I want to invite Don back up to talk about another exciting development that will help us get the River Greenway completed and become another tourist destination, not only for out-of-staters, but also for our own community. So Don, come on up.
Thanks, Paul. We'll continue to make great public partners that Lloyd Company is, as they continue to really make the dreams in the downtown a reality. So we will be bidding the third phase of the downtown River Greenway later this summer, just before we bid Jacobson Plaza. The city will fund this project, which was already considered in the capital program this past year. As a reminder, a big part of this phase of the Greenway is also replacing the Lowhead Dam, which is over 100 years old. We're excited to announce today that the Lloyd family will gift $750,000 to help this project come to life with what we're calling Lloyd Landing. This will be the plaza area with a shelter, a sculpture, artificial turf, seating, and a selfie station. At Parks and Rec, we look forward to activating this space, feeding off the energy of the Steel District. In the future, we see food trucks, bands, or even yoga classes being held in that space. It's another gathering space that takes advantage of the beauty of the Big Sioux River and the Upper Falls. We think it's fitting that the Lloyd family is taking part in these quality of life investments, as Pat Lloyd served on the park board for 10 years. She not only served on the board, but she held each officer position and also was our president for 2 years. We're grateful for her partnership then and the Families First Class Act partnering that we've been so lucky to experience at the city. We appreciate their generosity and look forward to working with them as Jacobson Plaza and the River Greenway get underway. I'd also like to acknowledge the Lloyd family and their contributions to the park system in various other ways without recognition of any type. They've approached us about helping in various different ways, never expecting anything in return. So now with that, I'd like to invite Craig Lloyd up to the podium and share a few words about their investments.
Thank you. Thanks, young man. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm going through a lot of money. Well, first of all, I want to say it's an honor to be asked to participate in a core of our city, which is downtown and the Falls Park. Our family, which makes up 15 family members, plus our 425 employees that work for our company, which we always call family. We are honored to participate in the new park called Lloyd's Landing. We got that from, I started thinking about all the people as I read a new book called The City of Hustle, and about all the immigrants that came through that area to get off the train, go stake their claim in their 160 acres west of Sioux Falls, and the people that came here to work on the railroads, to work in morels and all the different things, became a landing spot. So we thought it was appropriate to have a landing and a stepping stone for what's going to happen downtown in the next 100 years. When you think about it, in 2024, we're going to have Jacobson Park done, the ice rink, the splash park, the pausable dog park, the park next to us, and Sioux Steel will be done, Schropp will be done. The activity and what is invested in here is well over $500 billion. And we're just proud to be a part of it. Chris Torkelson, our CEO, kind of worked on this between he and Erica to twist our arms, and they did a good job. Mitch in our office, who represents our family, worked through all the legal stuff. It's really hard to give the money to the city.
It is?
Yeah, it ain't easy and it ain't cheap. So, and we're so proud to be with our friends, the Jacobsons, and be next to them and to be just even part of that process. We got a great place. I can hardly wait to see the next 25 years of this city and what it's going to bring. And I know the mayor's got a lot of visions for every place downtown. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Don. Thank you, the City Council, for all you've done.
Oh, that's great. And you know, there's a lot of things that these families that we mentioned today have done, seen and unseen in our community. And the hope by having events like this, or by letting the community know gifts that are being made by people in our city, is that giving begets giving. And we can't rely on the Lloyd family and the Jacobson family and T. Denny Sanford and forever. We have to cultivate a spirit of giving and philanthropy in this community. I'm so honored that these people are modeling the way for what that looks like. That's what's made Sioux Falls what it is. And these two projects, $30 million between the River Greenway and Jacobson Plaza in public and private investment. Huge parks investment. So thank you guys for your commitment to this. You can even see that the river's going to be blue when this is all done. And so it's going to have a tremendous impact on our downtown, but in all kidding, thank you. And so they'll be available for comments if any of the media wants to speak to them. I want to thank you all for coming today. And in closing, I just want to give a shout out to a couple people in the room who don't ever get the mic time but are very critical for this. One is Mike Patton and Tori from our parks team. Those guys, they do a lot of work on these projects. They work with Confluence, one of our outside landscape architect firms. And Mike and Tori, thanks for all your work. Obviously, Don puts a lot of time and energy into this as well. And Craig mentioned Erica. Erica, as my chief of staff, honestly, this stuff doesn't get done without Erica. And so she's a tremendous ally in this journey, and she's a trustworthy community partner that I know. Trust is at the core of any relationship. And so when people entrust us with millions of dollars, we want to make sure that we take that seriously and that we come through. And so we're going to come through. I'm anxious to go to bid. Concrete prices are dropping, I hear, so it's going to be some good bids we're going to get. And look forward to seeing you all at these assets in 2025 when they'll be ready to be open. So with that, thanks for coming. Have a great day.